All aboard the Ivan Pace train. Choo choo. Welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus and Ivan Pace. It sounds like he's the next coming of the Hall of Fame linebacker that we're about to see. We're going to talk about if we're hopping on that hype train or not.
Yeah, but before we do, why don't you tell folks a little bit about this cool little graphics we have below here?
Oh, we got their little underdog fantasy. Hit it up. Hit the link down in the description. Sign up. Use Skull when you're signing up, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Put in 10, put 100. They will match everything, and it is the easiest and best fantasy platform out there. Do it. The pick'ems are fantastic. Pick high, pick low. Also, the best ball drafts. Easy peasy. You draft your team, they take care of the rest, and you win money.
I did my first underdog golf draft. I was like, you drafted 6 golfers last week, and I didn't win.
You didn't win? I've been doing the higher lower pick 'em with baseball, which, you know what? I've won a couple. I'm doing well. But when the football comes up, I'm going to win every damn one.
Wow. I usually do better in the sports I don't follow.
Oh, all right, let's do it. Ivan Pace. Ivan Pace getting all the run. Lupagus, the floor is yours.
Let's just start with just the history and why the hype is even there. Number one, we signed him as an undrafted free agent. A lot of people thought he may be drafted as early as the 3rd round. He fell in the draft because of his short stature, some bad workouts. So right away, there's initial fan hype just because this guy was expected to be drafted. Boom, we get him. So everybody's pumped. And then you start hearing these training camp what's going on in training camp practices and whose name gets mentioned in almost every single one is standing out is Ivan Pace Jr. Then we hear Brian Flores talking him up. Then you see him playing with the 2s and even the 1s. And now, when interviewed last week, they asked Harrison Smith, the hitman, who is one player on this defense that we should be watching for the first preseason game. What name does he drop? Ivan Pace Jr. So the hype train is definitely full steam ahead.
We'll see if we're on it. I mean, that was a great intro in hyping him up. But let's end on a positive. Let's go to the other side of things with Ivan Pace. Is every year there's guys that should be drafted in round 2 that go undrafted. This happens every damn year, so this isn't overly unique. I love the fact that we got Ivan Pace. I mean, he was a guy. I mean, 5th round guy, and then also we get him as an undrafted free agent. I want this dude to be fantastic, but there's Ivan Paces every year. Every year in training camp, there's a T.Y. McGill. There's a Neville Clark, or whatever his name was, the cornerback, who was just lighting it up, and they can't believe how good he's doing. And then they peter out. And Harrison Smith being excited to see him, who he wants to see play on Thursday, that's because they're going to be playing like the 3rd string team. So he doesn't have a ton to pick from.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that Harrison Smith is singling this guy out, I think is a huge. That's to me is one of the biggest endorsements you can have. They, in fact, even name drop somebody. You know, a lot of guys will just skirt around that question, like, oh, there's a lot of guys we should be watching. He specifically just said Ivan Pace Jr., so I love that. The other thing, I'm a little timid about jumping on this train is because we did a video where we hyped up Jaron Hall, and then what happens? Bad practice. So I feel like we almost jinxed Jaron Hall. I don't want to jinx Ivan Pace Jr., but I do want to talk about maybe we'll do expectations for this Thursday, and then what we actually see moving forward for Ivan Pace Jr.
Yeah, I mean, his big thing is his arm length and his speed. They've all the draft profiles said he's going to get eaten up by big offensive linemen. And he's not that fast. So I want to see him do the opposite of that. I mean, we're seeing him in practice where it's still not full board. It's going to be full board on Thursday. There's going to be some Seahawks that are going to really want to make that roster as well. So we'll see what happens in the real deal.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a hell of a game on Thursday. I really do. I think he's going to get a lot of work. I think he's going to get a lot of snaps. And I think we see a lot of Ivan Pace Jr. I'm going to actually put out a stat line for him.
Well, I can't. Well, here's the other thing. Ivan Pace Jr. is going to be going against the 3rd string of the Seahawks as well. I mean, I can't wait to see. I mean, Pace will be one of my favorite ones to watch, no doubt about it, him and the cornerbacks. But I hope he lights it up. He should light it up. If he wants to make this team, he's going to have to light it up. He's going against backups and backups.
Yeah, and how much will he play? Because he has been taking a lot of second-team reps, some first-team reps. He's going to go out there to start, and then, it'll be Wilson Huber show the second half. I don't know. But either way, I think Pace will play at least a half of this game, and I think he's going to have at least – you ready for this?
I'm assuming it's 12 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 4 touchdowns.
8 tackles and a sack. That's what I'm expecting.
That's fair. I mean, he's going – yeah, I hope he does. It sounds fantastic. I'm being a little timid – with Ivan Pace is because I don't want to get my expectations high. We've seen it too many times where a guy lights it up and then they cut him and he goes on the practice squad. I think what he's got going for him, what we talked about, is the current depth at inside linebacker. He's got us some spot there. I mean, stat line wise on Thursday, 5 tackles, 1 for a loss, and I would take that as well.
Yeah, and I'm moving forward. So let's project this into the season. Number one, do you see Ivan Pace Jr. making the final 53? And then if he does, what is his role?
Well, that's his first step. I mean, the first big win to hop on the train is for him to make the team. I mean, if I were to put a betting man right now, I would say he would make the team. I'm not saying it's a shoe-in whatsoever. You got Troy Reader, you got Troy Dye, you got other guys like that. But I think he will make it. And then I just see him as a guy that they can continue to try to develop. Special teams, maybe. I see him in active weeks. I would love to see him out there with the ones, but the thought of Brian Asamoah and Ivan Pace out there, 2 very young dudes, is kind of horrifying. I hope he rips it up. Hope proves me wrong. Hope he starts 17 games and has 14 sacks. Special teamer, a guy that inactive a handful of times.
Yeah, so you have realistic expectations with some underlying hope, and I think I'm in the same boat as you. I think he makes the final 53-man roster. I think he's primarily a special teamer. Maybe they have some packages early in the season where he's out there on the field in some blitz situations. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But I do have a lot of hope that it can be more than that. I really do.
Yeah, I think the team loves him. I think the coaching staff loves him. I think they realize they got one hell of a gift. I'm so glad he picked the Vikings as far as after he's being undrafted. So Ivan Pace, you made the right move, sir. And you go light shit up on Thursday. I don't know who the backup quarterback is for the Seahawks. Do you? Is it Drew Lock?
Maybe. It might be.
Beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. I'm on the hype train. I'm on the back. My heart is like full blown. I'm the conductor. My head is keeping me more toward the caboose. So maybe I'm somewhere in the middle.
I'm the guy at the train station waving, about to hop on. After Thursday, we'll see what happens.
Like the hobo guy holding the stick with the bag that keeps his clothes in.
No, I don't have a hobo stick. I have a really nice suitcase.
All right, let us know in the comments below. Are you on the Ivan Pace hype train? Are you all aboard? Are you pumping your brakes a little bit on the old Ivan? We'll see how he does Thursday. Cannot wait to watch him. Let us know again in the comments. And remember this, the Canary Islands are named after dogs, not birds.